Hi, everybody. How are you this evening? I see you already. We have a bunch of people on here. I see Deidre. I see Karen Renee. Hey, Kenya. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Iris. Hey, Mary. Hey, Robin and stuff. I didn't really have much on the agenda for today. I did jot a couple of things to talk about and stuff. And also I figured this would be a great hour. Like if you guys have questions about anything that you guys are working on and stuff, so that way, I can just answer them. And so I see So Sweet and Karen. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Norma. Hey, Annie. Hey, Iris. But let me start talking about some of the stuff that I've been working on. One of the things that I noticed when I was like searching for items to like sell, like bestsellers items and stuff like that. I noticed that a lot of people are into these baseball hats now, and it has like a leather patch in front of it. And I was looking at that and I was showing my friend last week about it. And, I started showing her some of the research that I did. And it's like a lot of people are into these like baseball hats, and it's like it has a leather patch, and it's either a square or they have like a circle, and they have it personalized. Now, when I was looking at those baseball hats in real good detail, I was thinking that they probably are personalizing the leather with a laser, maybe like a George Forge laser printer or something like that. But then I was thinking, I know you can embroider leather too. So I was like thinking to myself, I could do that. I can make personalized baseball hats and just embroider the leather patch. But I started looking at it and I was like, all right, how am I going to get that leather patch on the baseball hat? Right? Because and then I started looking to see, can I buy a baseball hat with a leather patch already on it? And then all I have to do is just embroider the personalized name. Well, I could not find any place that sold the baseball hat with the patch. And I've got a feeling that if I do find some place that sells them, they're probably going to be pretty expensive. So like I was saying a couple of happy hours ago when we're talking about pricing your embroidery, I was thinking to myself, if I get that baseball hat and I find it with the leather and it is pricey, the most likely what's going to happen is when I go to sell it and I put somebody's name on it, the price is really going to be kind of really high, and I started looking at some videos on how people are actually making these hats, and what they're doing is they're using these industrial sewing machines, but it's industrial sewing machines that's for leather, right? So they're specialized for leather. And I have to admit, they weren't attractive sewing machines, because sometimes you look at a sewing machine and you want it to look cute, but they look more like an old-fashioned type sewing machines, and you could tell that it's like all steel. And the guy was taking the baseball hat and he was sewing the leather patch on top of it. But before he was sewing it, he was actually gluing the patch on the hat, and then he was sewing around it with the sewing machine. And the sewing machine is very weird looking. It doesn't look like our normal sewing machine. It looks like half a sewing machine, and it's kind of like on a pole. So it makes it really easy for them to like sew around the hat. So I was kind of like, all right, so I'm not gonna buy another sewing machine because I'm kind of like, okay, I'm kind of like machined up. That's how I see it. I got a serger, and I have to be honest, I have not been using my serger a lot lately, like I thought I was going to be using it, but I know I'll use it. I'll use it. I just have to find the projects that I need to do it. I was going to do it on scrunchies, but then when I found a better way to do the scrunchie, I found that it's better not to do it on a serger because I don't like to sew my scrunchie across the middle. I like to sew it closed on the ends. I feel like that looks better. So the serger is not going to work for my scrunchies and stuff, but I'll find a project for them because I do like the nice, hey Mellow, the nice end feature that you get. You know, the way that it sews the edges and stuff. It gives you that nice finished look. So, oh God, he's gonna start. So anyway, right, Mellow, we like that? Yeah, we do. Okay, so you know, he distracted me now. So I was talking about that sewing machine. So I can't, I don't want to buy, I don't want to put my money in another sewing machine. You know, I like my SC 1900. I think that machine is sufficient for everything that I need on sewing. It's really dark though. Oh, okay. It's dark. Oh, well, hold on. I'm sorry. Is this better, guys? Hey, Renee, is this better? All right, I'm sorry. See, I have lighting, but what it is that the lighting is real bright, and man, it gets hot under there, you know. So I'm trying to keep cool because I don't know what the temperature is. Yeah, he's a big boy. I don't know how the temperature is, but over here I'm in Haymarket, Virginia, and it's super, super hot. I mean, I can't even walk mellow and stuff. It's like when we go outside, I'm like, okay, hurry up and pee and poop and do whatever you got to do because we got to go back inside because it's hot. And he has this big fur coat on him, right, Boo Boo? And I could only imagine how hot he gets. So anyway, yes, the lighting's better. Oh, awesome. Okay, sorry guys. All right, so like I was saying, you know, the guy had this special sewing machine, and I was kind of like, okay, I just don't want to invest in another machine right now, especially since I have the two multi-needle machines. I got the 6 needle and the 10 needle. Oh, and I gotta tell you what happened to 6 needle too. I gotta take it into service. I kind of broke it, so I'm kind of bummed out about that. I did that yesterday, but let me stick to one story at a time. Okay. So, right, Mellow? So anyway, the guy had this sewing machine. So I was thinking to myself, there's gotta be a way, right? So I started to think about it, and I thought about Embrilliance. And then I thought, you know, when I started with Embrilliance, I didn't just buy the essentials, right? Because my husband, oh Lord, he's gonna start. My husband was starting to try, you know, he wanted to try to see if he could digitize a file for a shirt. So he ended up buying the whole package of Embrilliance, right? So we ended up getting the Stitch Artist all the way to level 3. So you know, I started thinking about the Embrilliance, and I was thinking, well, maybe I can create something in Embrilliance where I can stitch out a square, right? Like Applique, right? Because in Applique, you do your square and then you put your fabric down. So I was thinking I could put the leather down and then I can do a satin stitch around, right? Well, I almost have it. Okay, let me show you what I did. I did this hat. Okay, and this is how I did it. I used Embrilliance. Oh, let me show you guys. I used Embrilliance, and what I did was I created the stitch so that way it went around. And then I used fabric. I put the fabric down, and then after I put the fabric down, then it did the lining. Thanks, Renee. It looks okay, but this is not the finished product that I was hoping for. If you guys look real closely, and I'm going to put this real close so you guys can see. I know this probably me because I'm picky, because you know when you do embroidery and you do when you do stuff, you know where the errors are, right? And sometimes a customer will look at something, they're like, they think it's the greatest thing, right? They're like, oh wow, this is really nice. Meanwhile, you know where the errors are. This is where my error is, okay? Right here, when I did the applique, everything was going nicely on this side. Look over here. See how the fabric snagged right here? See? So that kind of like ticked me off because I was like, oh man, the fabric kind of bunched up. See how it's like bubbly? So to me, this is not something that I would give a customer because of that bubble. So I'm kind of like, that sucks. But I'm a little step closer to kind of getting this. And then another thing too, and he's stealing my scrunchie. Stop. Hold on, sorry. Leave my fabrics alone. Sorry, he's all over the fabrics and stuff. It's I'm getting there. The thing is too is that I noticed that when I cut the fabric, I did not cut too close. See, this light is really not. Hold on, there you go. Okay, I didn't cut it close enough to the edges, so I do have some fabric that kind of sticks out and stuff. Now I do know that I would probably have to put like fray check on it so that way it doesn't fray anymore. But and look at, I see Mello behind me and he's going through my stuff and he's looking to see what else he can take. That dog, I tell you, he is a trip. I always gotta watch him and stuff. Yeah, I'm talking about you. So anyway, what do you call, so I'm gonna try to perfect this, and I think I'll do a video on it. Now, this is something else that I am trying to do with this as well. This is fabric, right? I have bought all this vinyl, and I was thinking, I think it would be cool if I did the patch in like vinyl and in these type of colors of vinyl, right? Because I don't know, you know, and then I was thinking I could put the person's name on it and then do like something like that. I thought that would look kind of cute too. I don't know if it would sell though. I don't know if people would buy it, but I was thinking maybe I could make a friend a hat and then see how she looks at it, and then, or I can make it, take a picture of it, and then put it on my Etsy shop. I mean, it only costs 20 cents to list anyway, and see if somebody bites. You never know, right? If somebody's gonna bite or not, because if, you know, if they bite, great. If they don't, whatever, you know. But I've been working on those. I've been trying to do the patch hats, and I think what I'll do is when I go and create the next one, I'll try to do it with the vinyl. What I'll do is I'll videotape how I actually created the file in Embrilliance. You do need to have Embrilliance Stitch Artist level 3, but it's really just creating a square. So half of me is thinking if you can get an applique file that's just the tack down, you know, the placement, the tack down, and the satin stitch, and just do a square, then you should be able to put whatever fabric inside and then put in the name. I don't think you really need Stitch Artist 3 to be able to do that and stuff. So it's just something that you know, that I'm, you know, that I was thinking about doing it. Now, the reason why I've been liking these patch hats is, first of all, I see that they're selling a lot. It seems to be something that is probably like a trend or something that's going on. My girlfriend's went to Puerto Rico, and then her daughter brought one, and it was just like that. It had like the leather patch on top and everything, and it looked really cute, and it had like Puerto Rico on it. And I was like thinking, oh, that would be really cute. And then the thing is, why stick to just the leather, right? You know, hold on a minute. My son is like really loud. I think everything's against me today. I don't know what's going on. It's like he's like screaming and stuff. You are too loud. He's playing his video games. It's like everybody's distracting me today. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Hold on 1 minute. I am so sorry. Hold on. Carlito. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Okay. So anyway, like I was saying, you know, Healy Sunday for BCU, and I'll miss them. I know I will. So anyway, they have they have all these baseball hats. They have it with the leather, you know, the leather tab and stuff with the name and all that kind of stuff. So I was thinking, all right, everybody's doing leather, So one of the things that a lot of people say is sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes if you see that there's a product out there that's already kind of selling, you can do the same thing. It's just modified a little bit. You add your own little twist. You make it unique in your own little way. So I'm like thinking, okay, well, everybody's using the leather for these baseball hats, and they seem to be selling pretty well, right? And I'm thinking, okay, well, why not, put fabric on there? Fabric comes in so many different textures and styles, that it's like you can create your own little hat and stuff like that. So that's where my mind is going with this. So I wanted to first see if I could actually create the box, because like I said, when I was watching the videos, the guy was using a leather sewing machine, very industrial and stuff, and and then I even looked up the price, and for to get a sewing machine like that, you're talking about like 3 grand. And I was kind of like, I don't want to spend another 3 grand, especially after I spent money on my 6 needle machine, and then I just got a 10 needle machine. And I got my serger, and I got my SC1900. I think I need to like slow down for right now and just use what I have, and then later on, if I need something more, then I'll invest. Okay, I'll reinvest. But I really don't want to have another big expense for maybe like another 2 years or something like that. So, you know, I looked at it, but I just don't want to spend the money on it. So I was just looking at what other way can I put some kind of patch on a hat um, without getting a sewing machine. Now, you know, you could buy a yard of leather. It doesn't have to be the hard leather that they have on the baseball hat. This is just me thinking, and I know I have bought leather from Joann's. Now, I will say this: leather is not cheap, because when I went and I got a yard of leather, it was like $28, and that was on sale. And I was kind of like, man, that's a lot of money. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I still have that yard of leather because I keep thinking I spent $28 on that leather. So whatever I make out of that, I want to make sure it's golden. But I am going to bite the bullet. And what I'm thinking of doing is trying to use the leather and see if I can sew it on one of these hats. Okay. I went online and I ordered another 12 of these hats. Because like I said before, sometimes, when you're running an embroidery business and you want to try out different designs and different products and everything, you kind of have to budget aside some money so that you can do research and development. So the new hats that I have coming on, that's my research and development hats. Okay, so those are the hats that I'm going to be practicing on different stuff. So you can do applique letters on here and all that kind of stuff, but I was thinking to myself, those patch hats really, really seem to be selling really well. So I'm like, how can I kind of jump in on that wagon, but also in a way do my own little signature. So I am thinking about this vinyl that I have bought. It's soft, it's not that heavy. And I was thinking I could probably put it on the hat and do the same thing, like, do the outline on here, and then maybe I could write something on here. I don't know. But this design does look a little busy, so maybe just an initial or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's just me thinking, it's just me trying to discover different ways and stuff like that. So, this is really what I've been doing and stuff. So now talk about the hats. One of the things that I did was I recently bought a brother 10 needle machine. I have a 6 needle. Okay, so what I did was I dedicated my 6 needle machine to do nothing but hats, and then I have my 10 needle machine doing all other products, right? So I wanted to change my needles from ballpoint to sharp on my 6 needle machine. So in the process of changing my needles, I messed up my thread feeder. So I'm kind of like pissed because it's like the machine didn't do anything wrong. I was the one that did the issue because I pressed the wrong button. Okay. I had the tool in there holding the needle, and I pressed the button, and my tool got jammed. And when it got jammed, instead of letting it go and, really assessing what's going on so I could gently remove the tool, I yanked it. So when I yanked it, I know I did something to one of the parts in the thread feeder. So the machine works great. It still sews. It just doesn't thread my needle. So now what I have to do is, if I have to change colors on my 6 needle machine, I have to manually thread each needle. Each of the needles would have to change color. Now, I'm not blind or anything, I mean, well, I wear glasses, but I can still see, so I can thread my needle. But I told my husband, and now, and I called the sewing shop. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to lug that sucker right back in. So Justin can take a look at it so that he can go ahead and he can give me a new thread feeder. So I'm kind of like bummed out about that a little bit. So I'm kind of like, oh, that sucks, because these machines are heavy, So that's the first thing that my husband said. He was like, hey, this ain't no joke. Taking that machine back and forth and carrying it is not, it's ugh. So, but we got to do what we got to do, right? So, I told him I could live with it for a little while, but he wants to get me to get it fixed, because he kind of watched me manually thread the needle, and he was like, that takes a lot of time, because before I just used to press a button and then I would go ahead and they would it would thread the needle automatically. So anyway, I was like, oh, that sucks. Anyway, now another thing too that I wanted to mention to you guys tonight, I don't know if you guys noticed, for those of you guys that have an Etsy shop, Etsy implemented a new rating scale for sellers, okay? And they call it the star seller. Now, what they do is they look to see, how they rate you in 3 things, okay? Your messages, how you respond to customers, if you respond to them in a timely manner. Your shipping, okay? Are you shipping your products on time, like you say you're going to do? And also on your reviews, are you getting 5-star reviews? I I got a pretty good score. I think my score was pretty good. With the Etsy star seller, the only thing that I scored pretty low on was the messaging, because I don't sometimes, because they said I didn't message right away. But this is the thing. I mean, there were some messages that if I don't respond to them right away, it's because it's not really that they wanted a response. Some people just message me to say, hey, thank you so much for your help, or something like that. Or they message me because, they just wanted to, like I said, they just wanted to say thank you. Like, first they'll ask me a question, then I'll answer, or and then like a couple of weeks later, they'll send me another message before saying, hey, thanks for giving me the tip. It worked. So, sometimes I don't say okay, so I guess because I don't say okay or respond right away, Etsy kind of looked at it as she doesn't respond. And I'm kind of like, all right, so my response rate for messaging was about like 85%. And then my star rating was, because they want you to get 95% or more in order for Etsy to consider you a star seller, right? Me, and to me, I'm kind of like, whatever, the ratings, the reviews, I got 93%, and I know why. I mean, there were 2 people that one gave me a 3, one gave me a 4. If you read the review, they hadn't say anything bad about the product. It's just that they did not. One was that they were both regarding the pillow that I was selling that says Pop Spot for Father's Day. One of them thought that the front pocket was sewed in half, and that it was 2 separate pockets. No, it was just one. He should ask, but he never asked. So, whatever. So he gave me a 4. The lady that gave me a 3, she responded to me and she said that the stuffing that I provided was not enough stuffing. That it filled the pillow, but it wasn't like firm. Meanwhile, to me, I'm kind of like, okay, well, that's kind of touchy because, when you look at pillows, right? You got soft pillows, you got firm pillows, you got fluffy pillows, you got flat pillows. It's all that's a personal preference, okay? Not everybody likes real firm pillows and not everybody likes soft pillows and stuff. So I put the stuffing in there on a medium and then I vacuum packed it and then that's how I shipped out the cover with the stuffing. So apparently she wanted more stuffing. And I told her, I said, well, that's the standard stuffing that I provide. And I said, this is the name of the stuffing that I use, and you can purchase that at Walmart. So I guess what she didn't like that, I guess, I don't know. But she gave me a 3. So I was just like, okay, well, whatever. I mean, but she was honest. She came out, she said it was just she didn't have enough stuffing, but she was perfectly happy with the pillow cover. She liked it. It was exactly what she expected. So I was like, okay, fine. So I know that's why I ended up with the 93. It's just because of those two, which is okay. My shipping time, I hit the 95% mark. The only thing though, when I looked, I was kind of like, I always send my products either the next or second day. I never usually have anything that's lingering more than 3 days outstanding. Whenever I get an order on Etsy. So I was like wondering why, I mean, I'm good. I got the 95, but I wanted to know what is it that supposedly I missed, right? So you could do an export on that. And one of the things that I noticed is that some of my orders are local orders. They're not orders that I mailed, right? So I'm kind of like, well, then how am I supposed to handle that? Because the thing is, I do like to log all my orders, right? I like to have it because that way I have an account of everything that I did and everybody pays. And at the same time, Etsy, collects the tax and all that kind of stuff. So for me, for bookkeeping wise, for me, it's just easier. So when someone orders from me around here or, local and stuff, they say, hey, Jeanette, I need some work done or whatever. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So what I'll do is I'll create like a custom listing in Etsy. And then I'll in the description, I'll put down what it is that I'm doing for them. And then after, and then I'll send them the listing, they pay it. And then I do the work. And then after I do the work, I hand deliver the product to them, or they'll come here and they'll pick it up from me. So when they do that, what I do is I just say, okay, I just close it. But there's no tracking number. There's no UPS tracking number because I don't use the post office and I don't have to buy a label or anything like that. There's no shipping. So I did send a message to Etsy to ask them how should I record those, local sales and stuff. And I'm waiting for them to hear. And I was looking for their star seller and with very little mention about local sales. I guess they want you to put everything through the mail. But the thing is, like, I'll have, I have customers that only live like 2 blocks from me. So it's like, it doesn't make sense for me to pay $4 to have somebody deliver 2 blocks down from me because I could walk, So I don't know. I mean, but, to me, I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. I mean, this is the first time that Etsy had started this star seller thing. I'm going to be interested to know how I fare out when they do the ranking again. I think they're doing this like every 3 months. And supposedly you're supposed to have these benefits and stuff if you become a star seller. Like, I guess they promote your stuff. But I got to be honest, I don't use anything of Etsy to promote my stuff. I kind of promote my own stuff because the Etsy ads are very, very expensive. Okay. They're not cheap. I tried it once and it was like the fee was like $4. So I was like, I'm barely making any money off of the item, which that kind of like ticked me off in a way because I was like, that was a lot of work, That's the other thing too, embroidering, that's a lot. You're talking about taking an item, you're talking about hooping it, getting the stabilizer, getting the thread, getting the design, putting it in the machine, turning it on. I mean, you guys know the drill. I mean, it's like it's a lot. It's a big process. And a lot of times people really don't realize really the work that goes behind it. And it's funny when I think about what I do, which is the embroidery side, dealing with the machines, I sometimes try to think about the digitizers and what they have to go through to create these files. I mean, this is not easy. I took a course from John Deere, and I have to tell you, I didn't even finish the course. I'm still struggling with it because it is not easy. You have to design every single stitch, and you're talking about files that are in the thousands. Some people they look at some of my towels and they're like, "Oh my God, it's beautiful." And I'm thinking, okay, well, it's 30,000, 40,000 stitches. I have one towel that I make, the one with the wine, the wine glass and the wine bottle. With that file right there is close to 50,000 stitches. So it takes a very long time for me to stitch it out, and I can only imagine how long it took the digitizer to actually design that file. So it's really like wow, and stuff. So, and I wanted to mention the Star Seller and stuff because I know that some of you guys have Etsy shops, and I just noticed that and stuff. So, oh yeah. Oh, and another thing too that I wanted to mention, also, if you guys are starting your own Etsy shop and everything, I remember one of the happy hours I was talking about some of the things that I learned, some of the mistakes that I wish that I knew back then, the shipping portion, right? Where I was like, I wish somebody had told me, Jeanette, invest the money and get a label printer, a thermal label printer, so that you can do your shipping. Because I was using a regular printer. Boy, did I eat up my ink. Another thing, and I started doing this. I started buying, like, they sell thermal stickers, other labels of different sizes. And I started doing this. And I created my own little label, where whenever I do an order, I will take this and I will just, I use the printer to do that. And that way I don't have to buy stickers. Stickers can get expensive, even though I do buy some, like I bought this from Etsy, some people make that. I mean, sometimes I know I can make some of this stuff myself, but the thing is also is I like to support other people, because it's like, I mean, I got my own little small business and stuff. And when I see someone else that have their own small business, I always prefer to buy from them. Like a lot of my embroidery files, I do like, don't get me wrong, I like Stitchtopia, I like Designs by Juju and all that kind of stuff. They got excellent files. But a lot of times I do like to buy from people, that have little Etsy shops and all that kind of stuff. Now, one thing that I noticed, I'm going to share with you guys and stuff, and I just noticed this recently, okay? Which I was like, oh, this is weird. If you go to Etsy, right? And let's say you find an Etsy shop with a name that's pretty similar to an embroidery. Like, okay, let me give an example. Stitchtopia. Okay, Stitchtopia. If you look them up on Etsy, you'll see they have an Etsy shop, and I believe what is it? I think it's boot Applique boot boot God, what's the name of it? Boot I know the word. I just don't know how to say it. Boutte or boutique. Sorry. I think it's called Applique or Font Boutique or something like that. Anyway, I was looking through Etsy for some new embroidery files, and then I saw that this store, right, and it had these really, really cute designs. And they were like selling the files, and they were kind of like $5 for an embroidery file. So I was like, okay. But then I just out of curiosity, okay, I went and I Googled that store's name, and I found they had their own website. And when I looked on their website, they had the same file that was $2 cheaper. So for those of you guys that know me, you know where I bought my file from because I wanted to save those $2. So I was like, ooh, it's the same thing. And, so it's just something that I noticed. So something that I just want you guys to be aware of, when you go through Etsy and stuff. I like to support Etsy shops, and stuff. But the thing is, if sometimes, Etsy shops sometimes is not all small business owners. Sometimes there is these companies that create their own little shops in Etsy as well. And sometimes they sell the same exact product that they offer on their regular website. But what they do is they put it on Etsy and then they just sell it for more money. And I think the reason too is because Etsy has its own audience, right? I mean, there's a lot of people that they're like, oh, I want to buy something. I want to buy something that's really different, unique. That's something that you can't really find in other stores. So they'll just go, instead of Amazon or whatever, because that's what Etsy is really kind of known for, right? It's known for buying very unique items. So they'll go in there and they'll just type whatever, and then it pops up. So to me, if I was them, I would do the same thing. I mean, I'm not blaming them because I would be like, it's all about reaching out to the customer and stuff. So, to me, I'm kind of like, that's pretty smart because it's like they have their own little website where they sell it and then they sell the whole thing again on Etsy. But to me, as the consumer, I'm about getting the best price. So if I see that you have it on Etsy, more asking for more money, but then I see it on your website and I can use a coupon and get it for like $2 cheaper, where I'm going to get it from. So anyway, I wanted to mention that and stuff. So, and also I wanted to share something with you guys. And I have the wrong thing here. Hold on. I wanted to share something with you guys too that I think is pretty cool. Let me go in here and I want to grab that. Okay. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this website, and it's called eRank. Okay, erank.com. I wanted to show you this because this website is really cool, guys. Okay, I want to show you a couple of things. And I'm going to move so that way you guys can see what I am doing here. Hold on. Hopefully I did not lose you guys. Okay, I didn't. Okay, good. All right. Now, I want to show you guys something about this website. Okay, now this website is called erank.com. Now, you sign up on this website, and the thing is, they do have an upgraded version, but I've never used the upgraded version. But I want to show you something about this. Once you register in there, you can attach this to your Etsy shop, and then what you can do is you can have it look at your data, right? Like right here, it tells me about misspellings, missing attributes, tags, and all that kind of stuff, which that's really cool, okay? However, though, let me show you something that I really love about this. Right here, when you see it says Keyword Explorer, List, and Keyword Tool, okay? Now, let me click on Keyword Tool, and let me show you what that is about. Okay, and did I click on it? Okay, it's going there. All right. Now let's say that I want to let's see. Let's look something up, okay? I'm gonna look for grandma kitchen towel. Okay, and I'm gonna do a search. Okay. Now, I want you to really look at the results that I get from this, because this is going to help you a lot when you are creating your your listings for your Etsy shop, okay? Look it down here. Look what it has right here. Isn't this awesome? Look, it says most popular tags. Now, what it is when you create a listing in Etsy, right? Sometimes it gives you the ability, well, not sometimes, all the time. You have the ability to put in 13 keywords so that when people are searching for this, for these keywords, your listing can pop up on that list, okay? So right here, as you can see, you can do gift for grandma, you can do grandma gift, tea towel, just grandma, and all that kind of stuff. Now, I also want to scroll down a little more, and I want you to look at this. Here are some more tags. And then it also tells you how many Google searches, how many Pinterest searches have been in there. And I'm going to tell you what I always do. I always go like this. I'm sorry. I always go to the, and you see your competition also, okay? So what I'll do is I'll go to, let's see. What is it that I do? Hold on. I'm thinking about something. I think there's another part in here. Here it is. Okay, this is where I'm going. Okay. All this information is great. It is. I strongly recommend look at it and try to soak it in, okay? But I want you to go all the way to the bottom right here where it says top listings, all right? This is where I go and then I click on daily views. Now, daily views tells me that this is how many views or total views or whatever that a particular listing has gotten. And then if you look at it right here, it tells you what are the tags that listing is using, okay? So I usually like to look at total views, and I like to look at the largest. See, like right here. This towel right here has gotten 10,000 views. Daily, it has about like 20 people that look at it. And then these are all the tags that this person has gotten. So I always use this tool to help me with my listings in Etsy so that I can get the most, the most views and stuff like that. Because the thing is, if I don't rely on Etsy ads or anything like that. I really rely on how I have, been, tagging my items and stuff. So if you really look at it, like if you have these tags, it's gotten about 10,000 views. This one's gotten about 9,000 views, and so forth. So it's just something that, I just want to share with you guys. Really check out this site. It's called erank.com. I mean, you can really get a lot of information and it doesn't cost you anything. It really doesn't. So let me stop sharing so that way you guys can see it. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys because it doesn't cost anything and it's a great tool if you are selling and all that kind of stuff and you are creating your listings in Etsy and all that, because you hear it all the time that it's like you got to have the right tag words and stuff so that when people search Etsy that your item will show. And, I actually use that to try to see what I can find are the best sellers out there. And that's another thing that I do. Like, let me see. Let me go in Etsy and I can let me share with you what I do. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go over here. I want to show you how I try to find the best sellers and stuff like that. Because let me see. Stop that and let me add another screen. And at 8:50, I'm going to stop and then I'm going to see if you guys have questions and all that kind of stuff and everything. Now, these are just things that I've learned. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to move this over here so that you guys can see. Okay, now these are things that, these are things that I have learned by, watching other YouTubers and, on how they sell on Etsy and all that kind of stuff. So it's just little tricks that I've learned. If you go in here And then you can do like, let me show you about the hats. Look at this. Personalized hats. Now, if you really look at all this, look at this. All these hats. So obviously hats are a really big thing. Very, very profitable. They all have tags as bestsellers, right? So when I started looking at that, I was like, wow, that's pretty big, right? Now, one of the things that I noticed is right here, like, look at this one, right? It's like they have the little leather label here. So that's what I was like thinking, like, wow, they have the round one right here. Notice how they have all this stuff. Look at that. This is customed. Now, one of the things that I saw that someone had said is you always want to look at those where people have like more than 20 of that item in the cart. Like 20 people have wanted that item and stuff. Here, this is sorted also. Look, sorted by recency. Always put like most recent. See, sort here by most recent, and then these are like the latest hats that were put on there. Also, you can do by the top customer reviews. Okay, and you can see this is pretty smart. They put bestseller on their own picture. That's pretty smart and stuff. Now, I don't know how people are getting the Etsy pick. Maybe that's a star seller thing. I don't know. But that's how I kind of look at stuff, whenever I'm like, okay, let me look up, maybe I'll take this out. So you guys have the idea. But, this is just something that I do, like, because the thing is you do embroidery, right? So you can embroider a whole bunch of stuff. You can embroider hats, you can embroider shirts, jackets, whatever, right? So what you want to do is you want to try to find what's selling out there, right? Because, it's all about making a sale, right? So now that Carlito's going to VCU and stuff, I got to make those sales. So anyway, but I wanted to share that with you guys because I don't know if that would help or whatever, but I wanted to share that and stuff. So let me see if you guys have questions and stuff, so that way I can help you guys out. If let's go down the road and stuff. Hey Karen, Renee, hey Kenya, hey Nancy, hey Iris, hey Mary, how are you? I see Teresa. Trisha, sorry, Robin, Tracy, Iris, Norma. Hey, Shirley. Hey, So Sweet. Hey, Ozzy, how are you? Hey, Miss Max. I see Miss Green. Hey, Susan. Hey, Sarah. Yeah, happy Friday. Hi, Mello. I don't even know where Mello went. That's so weird. He just, I guess because I ain't playing with him. Now he's just like took off and everything. It's me, your video's not clear. Oh, Miss Wade, yeah, I'm sorry, my lighting was bad and stuff. Hey, Miss Laughlin, how are you? Hi, can you do custom design on the Brother SC1900? Hey, Laughlin, yes, you can do custom designs on the SC1900, but it's really best for you to do it on embroidery software. It's easier to do it that way, and then that way you save the file and then you just plug it into the SC1900. Now, the SC1900 does have some designs that are preloaded on the machine, and they also have like fonts on the machine too. So you can use those to create them. Now, remember, when you're creating your own designs, you're limited to the 5x7 hoop. Okay, it's not going to let you go any bigger than that. But yeah, you can do custom designs on the Brother SC1900, but you're a little bit, Latifa, you're just a little bit limited to it. I strongly recommend looking into, embroidery software. There's lots of different ones out there. I'm a Mac user, so I use, Embrilliance Essentials. I like it. It seems to be easy to use. I know some people have used So What Pro. You know, if you're a Windows user, there is a lot more options out there. Okay. You can still use Embrilliance because Embrilliance works on Windows and it also works on Mac. But you know, So What Pro is another one that's pretty popular out there. I don't know if it's cheaper than in Brilliance. And Brilliance has certain modules to it, so I would start with in Brilliance Essentials. But I hope that you know that helps and stuff. But you can do it. It's just a little on the limited side and stuff. Hey Iris, thank you for responding. Hey Miss Wade. Um, hey Miss Brown, Juanita, how are you? Can't judge machines by its looks. Yeah, Iris, I know you can't, but I will tell you this, that leather sewing machine that he had, even though it wasn't attractive, it looked really awesome. And one of the things that I was thinking about was, oh my God, you can make wallets, you can make pocketbooks, you know, which I'm sure that that's what that guy does. I mean, I'm sure he does all of that stuff, you know, but the thing is, I just can't take on another expense like that. You know, I was looking at getting a Juki straight stitch sewing machine, but I think I'm just gonna hold off on that, you know, because I have the SC1900. It is a sewing machine. Yes, not super fast, but I really don't need something super fast, you know. You know, like I said, this is just a business that I'm just launching right now. You know, my right now from here to 4 years, my whole thing is about learning about the business, really excelling my craft, and you know, getting everything off the feet. So that way, 4 years from now, when I retire, I can do this full time because I really do like it. And this is really something that I want to do. So, you know, you never know. Maybe at 4 years, I'll end up with a leather sewing machine. I don't know. So yeah, but you are right. And sometimes the most ugliest machines are the most awesome ones, you know, and stuff. Hey Renee, um, hit the dot threes on the top of the screen and change the resolution. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. The top, the three dots. I didn't know you can do that. You can change the resolution and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have to play with that later. So, because I don't want to play with it, and then all of a sudden you know, I go poof, you know, and I got, you know, and stuff. Oh Lord, he's big. Yeah, he is. He's really big. Mello is Iris. He is now 70, close to 80. I think he's close to 80 pounds. You know, he's a big boy. And let me tell you, you could feel it too, because sometimes I sit on a chair and he wants to sit, but he sits on you. And at first you don't feel his weight, but after a while you start to numb up, and then you're like, okay, you gotta get up, you know, and stuff. And then when you tell him to move, he kind of gives you that look like, really, you know, and I'm like, oh boy. So I'm like, but we love him. We love him and stuff. Hey Harmony, how you doing? And so, let's see. I'm shopping for a serger. Overlock stitch on my regular machine is just too slow. I have the serger, Sarah, the serger that I have is a Brother 1034DX. Now, one of the things, if you know that you want, what I would do is take a look at it, look at a couple of the videos and stuff, and see if maybe that's a serger that's right for you. If it is, okay, be very price conscious on that machine. And I'm gonna tell you, I usually buy a lot of stuff off of Amazon, and I even have my own Amazon shop and everything, and I even have the serger on there. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, I believe in saving money, okay? I really do. Just so that you know, FYI, Amazon had the Brother 1034DX, and I believe they had it for like $250, okay? When I went on Amazon.com, okay, I was able to buy the exact same serger for $199. So that was like $60 cheaper. No, well, $50 cheaper, okay? And the thing is, when I ordered it on Walmart.com, then what, you know, I got it the next day. So to me, it was like the same thing. It was the same thing, so a lot cheaper. So, You know, whatever model you pick, Sarah, make sure you do your homework. Just do Google and make sure you get the best price for it, because I was ready to buy it off of Amazon, but then when I saw I was able to get it on Walmart.com, you know, and then I used the that rebates website, because you know I used them with Walmart, and I think I got like 6% cash back on the sewing machine. So if you think about it, I paid less than $1.99. So you know, just do your homework and stuff. But that's the one that I have now. I know you said overlock stitch. Um, I I believe I remember once I was in a group, and I had mentioned my serger, and a lady, man, she was a little snobby, you know, the way she responded, but I just said, you know. So anyway, she said something about people don't know the difference between what was it, a serger and a I think there's something called a cover stitch or something like that, or a cross stitch or something like that. Well, apparently there's two different types. You know, one's a serger and one's a cover stitch. Now I'm gonna be honest. To this day, they look like the same thing to me. I know there's a difference. There's got to be a difference, because why the heck would you create a serger and a cover stitch? There's got to be some kind of difference. However, though, I'm just not there yet with my experience of it, so I still have to do homework on it and everything. And you know, I don't know. I mean, right now I'm not using my serger as much as I thought I was going to be using it. Um, but you know, just I would do my research on that, Sarah. I mean, you know, and then maybe, you know, and look at both. Look at the cover stitch and the serger and stuff. And that way you could make the best decision for you and stuff. Hey Carol, how you doing? Lighting is better. Oh, good. And stuff. Okay. Hey Fissa, how are you? Oh, from Australia. And stuff. You know, I never been there and stuff. My cousin wants to take a cruise out there and stuff. I think one day I'm gonna just do it, you know. Hey, when does everyone know if you can do a custom design? Oh, I think I answered that already. Yeah. Hey fans, sending good find for Boston. Could you glue it down before you do the set? You know what? Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, you know, that's how they did with the leather. They glued it. Okay. However, though, see, this is the problem that I was thinking, Renee, about doing this with the glue, is if I glued it down, maybe I should try it. Maybe I should try it. But I was thinking, if I glue it down and then when I have to cut, is it going to be a problem me cutting? I don't know. You know what, Renee? Thanks for the suggestion. I think I'm gonna try that out. I'm gonna try that out and stuff, because you know I have that bubble right here. I mean, it came out perfect here, and it, you know, because it started to stitch here and everything came out perfect. And then when it came to close, that's when I noticed that little bubble right there. And then when I saw that, I was like, oh, you can't sell that, because they're gonna be like, oh, it's a cute hat, and then they're gonna say it has a bubble. You know, and then next thing you know, there goes my review. They're not gonna give me a 5, because they're gonna say you got a bubble. I got a bubble in my hat. Do you all have humidity? Man, humidity. We got a lot of it, you know, and stuff. It is hot and stuff. I initiated 3 caps today, and not one was centered correctly. Well, my son loves them. Yeah, you know, I mean, what I am doing is I'm just gonna buy 12 hats. And you can get them off of Amazon. I got 12 hats off of Amazon. They were about like 30 bucks, something like that. And which isn't bad. That's not a bad price for 12 hats. And I'm just going to use those 12 hats to do nothing but practice, because I do want to get this down pat, because like I said, you know, like I showed you guys on Etsy, I mean, people are buying these a lot. So if I can come up with a really good way to do this, and then I can do, you know, different types of fabric and all that kind of stuff, maybe I get a hit. You never know. You know, I could end up, you know, like with my little cocina de abuela towel. Maybe I could end up, you know, everybody loves their towel. And so I make so many of them. It's like, wow, you know, and stuff. Hey, if I'm annoying, but I want to start my own local business and I'm kind of young, 14. Girl, good for you. And you're young too? Shoot. And you're not annoying, ask away. So I need as much information as I can get, and I want to ask professionals about the SC1900 if you can do custom design on it. Okay, Latifa, I think I answered you, but if one thing too that I recommend that you do, a lot of us that are in a Facebook group, and it's called Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. Okay, you don't have to be 21 to join. Okay, so you can join our Facebook group, and in there a lot of us have the SC 1900. So while you are exploring with your machine, you can ask all the questions that you want, and believe me, you'll get as much of the help that you can get. Okay, and a lot of my videos are on the SC1900, okay, showing you how to use all the different feet and all that kind of stuff. But you can do custom designs. You're just limited. That's all it is. But you know, in the beginning, you just got to really get to know the machine. Once you get to know the machines, you're going to start to explore, and then before you know it, you're going to blow us all away. So you know, you see, you are your worst critic. We are our worst critic. But you know what it is, though, Iris? Is are we our own worst critic, or is it because we're really good at what we do and we know what to look for? Because I bet you if you were to look at someone else's embroidery work, you would probably spot errors right away. And it's probably because we're accustomed to looking at these things in a certain way. Like for instance, last week, my girlfriend Jay, you know, she's the one that helps monitor my thing. As you can see, I'm over 9 o'clock because she ain't here, you know. So anyway, I made a baseball hat for her with her name on it, right? She loved it. She thought it was like, oh, so pretty. Well, I looked inside the hat, okay, because you know, like you know how you could look inside. Well, in here you see the tension is perfect, okay. When I looked at her hat, my tension was off, even though the front looked perfect. But you know, as an embroiderer, you're experienced, so you know what the inside is supposed to look like, right? So it was like I saw that my tension was too loose, it wasn't tight enough, and I was like, oh, that's not good. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. But of course she doesn't know, because she doesn't do embroidery, right? That's not her thing. But for someone that does embroidery, you know exactly how it's supposed to look like. So yeah, we are our own worst critic. You are right about that, you know, but I think it's because we know what we're supposed to look like and what, you know, how it's supposed to look. So it's like, oh well. Have you tried suede fabric? No, I have not. But you know what? Boy, maybe that would, oh, that's a good idea for these hats. Suede fabric. Latina, you are never too young to start a bit. That's right. You are not. No, you're not. Do your thing, girl. Do your thing. You're never too young. And good for you for being so young and you know, having that mindset. Go for it, girl. Go for it and stuff. I mean, shoot. You could sell to all your friends at school, you know. I can just see it now. You can make key fobs. You can make their hats. Let's see what else. You can embroider their shirts. Yeah. Their scarves. Because I bet you when you go to high school, all your girlfriends are going to have their little scarf. They're all going to want their initial on it. Just throwing you some ideas. Just throwing some ideas and stuff. I'm telling you, man, you could do so many things. And you could, you know, save up that college money. It's Friday. Oh, it's Friday the 13th. You're right. Hey, Miss Brown, it's Friday the 13th. Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why my machine and everything's all like that. The hat looks really good. Yeah, it looks all right. It could look better. But my tension was right. It just had a bubble. That's all, you know. I have a little bubble. The leather machine you're talking about is used by harness makers. sew and I draw a line. Yes, you know what, Barbara? Yes, and you are correct because that is one of the things that I saw on the video. The man actually drew like he kind of like took something, was hammering it in, but he kind of like drew a line and he kind of hammered it in, and then he took it to the machine. And that's how those lines are so, so straight and perfect. I mean, I was just like, oh, I mean, he did a really good job. And I noticed another thing watching him, he sewed very slow. He did not rush it. I mean, he took his time is sewing the leather patch on that hat. And I was kind of like, it really, it actually made me appreciate a hat that he was making, to know that he did, the way that he did it. I thought that was pretty cool and stuff. Machine I had to manually thread the needle. Now my glasses, my magnifying glass. Yet so far I've been okay in threading my 6-needle machine, but I do have to get it fixed. So I'm kind of like, my multi-needle machines don't have a threader, so I don't have an issue threading them. They're 15 and 8 ballpoint and 7 are sharps. Damn, Barb, you have to manually thread all. I don't know how I would do it. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I may end up living with it. And then I'm thinking when I have to take it to service, then I'll just have them replace the threader then, because you're only talking 6 needles. It's not that bad. How often do I really change the needles? So I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it. I'm not sure. We'll see and stuff. I give kudos to good. Yeah, me too, because you could tell it's a lot of work when they do those embroidery files. It is, it is really a lot of work and stuff. I don't have a grade to purchase on Etsy. If you don't have a grade to purchase on Etsy, does that negatively impact the seller? I don't know what you mean, Maddie, when you're saying if you don't grade, okay, I guess if you don't provide, no, it doesn't. If you don't, okay, I know what you're saying now. If you don't leave a review, no, it doesn't. But I will say, if you do give them, this is how I see it. If you can't give them a 5-star review, then I would try to reach out to them and let them know why. But it's but it does negatively impact them if it's below a 4 is not bad. I mean, a 4 says it's okay, and then a 5 is that you really like it. Or I think a 3 is okay. I think a 3 is okay. I think it's a 2 or 1 that's really, really bad. But no, if you just don't leave a review, it's not a problem and stuff. I just got my label. Oh, what kind did you get, Harmony? I have a Rolo. And I was thinking at one time my Rolo was acting up, but I had to recalibrate it. So I was thinking, and I was like cursing the little printer out, and I was kind of like, oh, cheap, But nope, because I thought I was gonna throw it out, but I got it working again. I just had to like shut it off, reinstall the software and stuff like that, and recalibrate it, and then now it's like golden. So I'm kind of like, now I'm happy again with my Rolo. So I got a Rolo printer and stuff, and it's gonna save you a lot of money on shipping labels, that's for sure and stuff. I actually caught a live. Thank you for sharing, helping me a lot with my new brother. Oh, hey, Miss Ghostly, I'm so glad that that the videos are helping. And so, where do you get your labels that you sew onto the products that you make? What info do you put on them? Hey, Karen, I do have a link on my Etsy shop. I actually buy, not on my Etsy shop, my Amazon shop. I actually buy those labels from Amazon. They're inexpensive. They're not pricey at all. And usually what I do is on my label, I just put Etsy shop, and I put the shop of my Etsy, the name of my shop on Etsy. That's what I usually do. Because to me, what happens is when, I kind of was thinking about it, like when you when you buy a kitchen towel from me, right? You know, and somebody comes in and says, "Oh my God, that's a cute towel. Where'd you get it from?" You're just gonna kind of say Etsy, right? You're not really gonna remember that it was Unique Designs from You LLC, right? But if you look at the towel and then I have my own label sewed into it, it kind of helps the customer remember where they actually got it from. If somebody asked. So, you know, and to be honest, that has helped because I have gotten new customers because I've had that label on the towel. So, you know, but I usually buy them from Amazon, and they're not expensive at all. I don't remember how much I paid. I think I paid, well, I got 1,000. I got like 1,000 labels, and I think I paid like 75 bucks for like 1,000. At first, I bought a little pack, but then I started sewing them on everything that I sell. And then I just said, okay, let me just get 1,000 of them. And I've even, hold on, I've even been putting them on my scrunchies because these are scrunchies that I have on my shop. And what I've been doing is, see, this is my label. Okay. Sorry, this is my label. So, and it has the Etsy store name on it. It's kind of hard to open it, but you know, it just says made by, and then it has Etsy shop, and then I just put my Etsy store on it. That's what I do on my, you know, and it works, Karen. That's where I get my labels from and stuff, because you know some people do say make your own labels, but sometimes to me you have to think about, you know, money's time, right? Money's time. So I would prefer, when it comes to stuff like this, I would prefer to just buy it from someone who that is their business, because then what happens is if I'm spending the whole day making my own labels, then that's a day that I'm not working on my products to sell. So, you know, to me, for me, it's just worth it to just buy 1,000 of them, give them, you know, the $75. I get them delivered. They're fine. They're perfect. They're in a bag. And then I just go and I just sew them in whatever I'm doing and move on with my stuff, you know. Let me see. Let me see. I never heard. Okay, I'm new to embroidery. Can anyone tell me some good Etsy sellers to get embroidery files from? Oh, there is one of my favorites, which is called Marsha Embroidery. Shamika, she is really, really good. All her embroidery files are under $1. And I have not had one file not stitched well. I mean, they're usually like $1 and sometimes she'll even put a sale for 97 cents a file on a lot of the items in her store. She's got some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful files, and she's Marsha Embroidery and stuff. Look her up. You'll like a lot of her files and stuff. She's really, really good and stuff. Let me see. Oh, I missed it. See, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to go through here because I know this is where. Okay. Okay, got that. There's Stitchtopia and yeah, Stitchtopia and Embroidery Library has some good stitch files too. They are a little bit on the pricey side. Use coupons. I'm telling you, Miss Ghosty, use the coupons and stuff. But really check out, if you're just starting out and stuff, I would check out Marsha Embroidery because her files are so inexpensive and everything, you know. But you know, those are very good places. Stitchtopia is a very good place to get fonts. I always get all my fonts from Stitchtopia. Never had a problem with any of them. Embroidery Library, they got some beautiful files. Some files can get pricey. Some can, you know, be okay. But, you know, they got pretty good ones and stuff. Embroidery Panda has sales for 35 cents. Oh, I think they stitched. Oh, well, you know. Oh, well. Then, okay. Embroidery Pandry. Well, I got a... Shoot, 35 cents? I'm going to check them out. Because you know me. I know I like to save a penny. Thanks, Christian. Look in Etsy. You'll find many good. Yep. Labeling depends on what you're sewing. Guidelines for sewing. They have label. Oh, I didn't know that, Barb. That there was label. Well, see, I don't do kids clothes, um, kitchen towels. I just put a label on kitchen towels and stuff like that. Let me see. If you are doing HTV on kids garments, your vinyl needs to have CPIS certificates. I purchased from Styles, and they have the certificates. Oh, I didn't know that. See, I just go to Michael. I just go to Michael. get the vinyl and stuff. Hey, Miss Sampson, how are you? What's the best place to buy hats? I get my hats. Okay, there are two places that I get my hats. JiffyShirts.com. But these hats, these structured hats, if you're looking for just plain, but see, these are the ones with the Velcro in the back. Okay, these are not the fitted ones. And they sell them 12 by a pack on Amazon. And I do have them link on my Amazon shop. I love these. They're structured. They're good structured hats. And, you know, they have the Velcro in the back. However, though, my son was telling me that everybody's into these fitted hats. Okay, so I'm kind of like, okay. But when I look at those fitted hats, they're not cheap. Okay, and stuff. So, you know, okay, let's see. Reposition helps a lot. And yep, the 5x12 reposition. I mean, I'm telling you, it's funny because when a lot of people say, "Oh, I need a bigger hoop," I tell them, "Well, do the 5x12 and see if that helps and stuff." And a lot of times that does ease and stuff. What brand of thread do you use? Hey, Annie. Okay, I use Madeira, and but to start off, I use the Sim threads. Okay. I have bought the big box of the nanny threads. They were like 240. I have not come across, honestly, I have not come across a thread that I really didn't like. Okay. I've gotten the I think it's what Florida, fluoride. I'll be right back. Hold on. I got it. It's right here. What is it? Oh, Floriana. Floriana, something like that. I use this. These are very good too. Let me hold it. There you go. This is one brand. These are really, really good. You know what I like about these? They're so shiny. They're so shiny. They really are. They got pretty colors. Okay. They really, really do. Now, the only thing is they don't have the big comb. Now, that's what I like about the Madeira. The Madeira, and if you're getting Madeira thread, if you need the big comb, okay, then I always say go to allstitch.com. Get them there because the big comb is cheaper. I think it's about $7.95. If you buy the big comb off of Amazon, you're going to pay double the price. I'm telling you, I looked, I've seen it, and I'm like, oh no. Now there is a catch though, but this is how I do it. Okay, I wait till I have at least $150 to buy, because what it is All Stitch does not ship for free until you spend $150. So what I usually do is I wait till I need $150 worth of supplies. And then I'll go and I'll buy all my threads, okay? And usually I don't buy one comb. I'll buy 2 combs of each color, and I always get the big ones. That way I'm good. I'm good for a long, long time. And I'll get some stabilizers if I need it. I get bobbins from them, and I also get my my needles, okay? And I buy the 100 pack. So I just chump it in, because let me tell you, the needles, you're always going to need needles, okay? And I like the organ needles. So you're always going to need the needles, okay? So I usually, I have a whole bunch of them because I do change out my needles a lot. Okay, that's the other thing too. A lot of people don't change out their needles as often. You really should, because believe me, needles get dull. They get dull, and when the needles get dull, when you hear it on your SC1900, it sounds like it's banging, like it's struggling, like like a knock. That means your needle is dull. You have to change it. When your needle's dull, that means it's not going very smooth into the fabric. And then what's happening is going to make bigger holes. And when it makes bigger holes, your design is not going to come out looking really clean and fresh. You know what I mean? So you really want to change out your needles. The rule of thumb is every 8 hours of sewing. I would sew a lot, so I usually change my needle every other day. On my big machines, I kind of change them every other day too. So you can only imagine I go through a lot of needles, okay? And I sometimes even change them if I'm not sure if I have to change it, I change it. Because the way I look at it is I don't want my products to look tacky or anything like that. So, that is one thing that I know sometimes a lot of people are very frugal on that. They're like, oh, I don't want to change the needle yet. But then what ends up happening is when they're in a project that requires a lot of stitches, that it's like 30 or 20,000 stitches, then all of a sudden it's like the project will start looking nice. But then towards the end, you could kind of tell that, the punctures in the fabric is a little bit bigger. And it's because the needle got dull. And then next thing you know, they just have issues and stuff like that. So get in the habit of changing your needle and stuff. So, and I hope I answered your question about that. Yeah, it's cheaper than Embroidery. Yeah, I think Sew What Pro is cheaper than Embroidery, and a lot of people seem to like that one. And so I personally didn't have experience, but I don't have Windows. I'm all Mac here. So I bought the triple play of Polystar, and I have been having breaks and other problems. Oh, I see that. I have never used that type of thread. There are certain things that could also cause breakage of thread. It could be maybe the wrong needle size. Look at the weight of your thread, okay, and make sure you're using the right needle for that thread. And it could be that maybe the machine doesn't like that thread. I've heard people say that, like, my machine just doesn't like a certain particular brand and stuff like that. My auto threader broke, and I took it to the dealer, and he said that I shouldn't use that thread. He recommended Flora. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, and let me tell you, this is a really nice. This is nice, and I think I'll probably go to Susie's shop tomorrow and buy some more. She has like a whole bunch of this stuff, and I like the thread. I really do. Mello thinks he's he sure does, but he doesn't weigh like a lapdog, I tell you that. Let me see. What's the best for finding what you want? Google searches. Yep, Google search is. I mean, I Google everything. Every time I want to buy something, I always make sure, because the thing is, I like to save my money, and stuff. I bought the same serger, and I don't have any idea on how it works. My serger worked, and I know how to change the thread and all that kind of stuff. I just got to really focus on trying to get projects to use that. Now, one of the things that I learned too about sergers is they are oil hungry. So I have to really look at how I'm supposed to oil that baby. So I got to learn that. I do both cover stitch. Yep, then I'm right. Okay, cover stitch is I did buy a cover stitch so I don't have to stitch out feet. Cover stitch does not have the seam trimmer and professional looking hems. See, I'm still confused, Barb, on the difference. Harmony, the queen of hats, may be able to give you pointers. Harmony, yeah, I wonder, I mean, have you tried these things? Well, I know Harmony has been doing like these really like beautiful designs on it. But I'm wondering, because I was looking to see if maybe she was getting into that and stuff. It's all about the leather industry machine, and you can use the 1900. Yeah, you could, Miss Way. I think you can. And you know what? You're right, because I can take out the sewing. You know what? I could take off that little case where we put the bobbins and everything, take that off. It makes the thing thinner. And I can probably sew the hat right on there. Now, the thing is that I notice is, see how the hat has this? I wonder if this will get in the way. I'm going to give it a shot. And you know what? I should videotape me trying it and stuff on the SC1900 just to see how it goes, you know? And stuff. I'm new here. Hey, Irie, welcome. Happy to catch you live. Looking to purchase a baby lock venture. I've heard good things about those machines. I have a single flat needle hide machine, but a stitch out can take over an hour when it should be a half hour. Well, one thing I'm gonna tell you right now. Sometimes nothing goes as planned. Okay, I have even on my multi needle machines. Sometimes you could have I'll have a design or something, and it'll say that let's do like my kitchen towels. Okay, I have a kitchen towel, and it takes about 60 minutes of embroidery. Sometimes that kitchen towel really takes me more than 60 minutes because I get a thread break, or I just have to stop the machine for some reason, you know. Um, but and I have to admit, a lot of times, sometimes I do slow down my machine. I don't usually run it at full speed. I don't know why. I think what happened is, I think Harmony did this too, because when she did the metallic thread, I'm gonna blame Harmony for that. I did the metallic thread, and I slowed down the machine for the metallic thread. And I have to admit, I was kind of like, oh, less, less, thread breakage, right? Because that's the whole reason why you slow down your machine when you're using metallic thread, is because you don't, a high speed will snap the thread, right? So when she gave me that challenge to try it, I tried it, and the thread didn't snap. So when I was running it at full speed, I got a lot of thread breakage. So when I thought about it, I said, you know what? I'm going to, whenever I do metallic, I'll do 500. And then when I do regular thread, I'm just going to go 800. I mean, what's the rush, right? It's not like I'm going anywhere and stuff. I'm okay with waiting a little bit more. So I've been doing the 800 stitches per minute, and it works great. I'm telling you, very little thread breakage that I have been getting. So, but yeah, we just be patient. It doesn't cut because the machine is hemming garments. The serger cuts. Oh, I see what you said. Yeah, it cuts the edges. Okay, so a cover stitch doesn't cut the edges, and I guess a serger cuts the edges to make it more clear or clean. I gotta get more projects on that. I gotta get smarter on the on that and stuff. So, flex fit. Yeah, flex fit is very popular on the hats. I just saw that because my thing scrolled over and stuff. Her files are good. Yeah. Yeah. Harmony. Yeah, Harmony's right. Flex Fix is I think they're fitted baseball hats and stuff, and they are expensive, but sell them for more, starting at 30. Yeah. Well, you would have to, if you use the Flex Fit hat, you would have to, because shoot, you wouldn't be able to get any of your money back. And I know Jiffy Shirts sell the Flex Fit hats and stuff. Fluoride. Oh, okay. Harmony's, I'm going to jack up a name. Girl. My English. I love Medora. Don't like the Florin black, especially breaks all the time. I kind of like, it is expensive, but I do kind of like, I just like that it's shiny. I just really do. I think they shine better. I don't know. Like, look at this yellow. It's like, it looks so pretty. So, and stuff. So, I don't know. Very shiny. Yeah, they are very vibrant colors. Yeah, I do like them. A onesie was horrible to hoop. Yes, onesies are very, very challenging to do, especially on a flatbed machine. and stuff. But you know, I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna get used to it. Trust me, because I done so many onesies on that machine. You get used to it. The trick is, I use sticky stabilizer on those, so that way I can make sure that the fabric doesn't shift, because that's really what it's all about with that. I haven't done applique anything. I'll give it a shot on caps later though. I do want to try. I have done the applique on hats. Let me show you the one that I did. I think I showed this last time. Okay, these are all my hats here that I have, but I've done the applique. The applique on the hats are really, really nice. Hold on, I gotta find it. I've done it and came out. All right, hold on. I gotta go. Let it be the last hat, okay, that I have in this bag. Okay, this is, here it is. Harmony. This is an applique that I did on a hat. Came out cute. I liked it. I was kind of like, oh, this isn't bad. So you know, I liked it. So it came out cute. So if you really think about it, I mean, what I did with the with this, I mean, if you think about it, this is applique, you know, I mean, and stuff. Just ended up with that bubble. Just looks kind of funky right there. Maybe I should change the shape. Maybe do like a circle or something like that, and it'll come out a little better. You know, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know, but the appliques are pretty cool on the hats and stuff. I've never done an applique really straight. Appliques to me are kind of fun. I kind of like it because it's like it does the thing, then you lay the fabric, then it goes on top, then you got to cut around it. So I don't know. It's it keeps you busy. I guess that's what I kind of like about it and stuff. Let me see. Let's see what else is out there. Recovering from surgery today, going back. Oh, hey, Miss Parker. Oh, feel better. Hope you feel better and stuff. I'm gonna have to give it a try. Yeah, I mean it's not that bad. I mean, you know, it was easy. It was pretty easy. It wasn't, you know. I use snaps on the sides of the onesies. That is a good idea too. Juanita, the crafty Puerto Rican, that was oh man, who was it that had the problem? Ivory. The onesies, okay, they sell the onesies. She has a very good point. They sell the onesies that have the snaps right on the side. If you use those onesies, that all you have to do is open it up, it lays so flat, and you should have no problem embroidering on the SC1900. She is so correct. I mean, that is like so easy to do and stuff. Miss Parker, feel better and stuff. Do you use Embroidery? Yes, I do. I use Embroidery software. I use a Mac, Angela. I'm a Mac user, so you know that's why, you know, I use Embroidery. There are not a lot of embroidery software out there for the Mac. Embroidery, from what I found, seems to be the only one. The others all require Windows machines, and I know you can make modifications to your Mac to use, you know, to put Windows on there so you can run Windows applications. But I didn't want to go and do all that stuff, you know. So I'm kind of like, you know, and all that stuff. I don't know. But anyway, guys, it is 9:30 and stuff, so I'm gonna let you guys go. And I hope, you know, if anything, I strongly recommend, especially if you're looking to have an Etsy shop and sell and stuff, look at that erank.com. That's really gonna help you a lot. If you're gonna do like listings and you need keywords and everything, that Keyword Explorer, man, I use that all the time. I mean, you know, and it's like it really does help me and stuff. So, you know, it's a really good place for you to find keywords and find listings, and then look at how people are writing their descriptions for their products and stuff like that. And you can just copy, you know, I mean, I wouldn't copy word for word, but you know, you can kind of like use what they have, just massage it a little bit for you. You know what I mean? So you guys know what I'm talking about and stuff. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. I got a very exciting weekend coming up. I'm gonna take my son out to dinner tomorrow, and Sunday he moves into his apartment in Richmond, and he's going to be starting VCU. So I'm pretty excited. So I know Sunday is going to be real emotional for me because I'm going to be excited that he's going to be going there. And I know when it's time for me to say goodbye to him, right, Mello? We're probably going to cry. Right, Mello? He's going to cry with me because we're going to leave Carlito. Oh, God. What are we going to do? You hang out with me, right? Okay. And so I think he was playing with Carlito. He's going to miss Carlito too a lot. So anyway, but guys, let me see. Can you do a tutorial on the basic Etsy page settings? I'm stuck. Yep, I can. No problem. Crafty Puerto Rican. I can help you with that and stuff. All right. Well, guys, I am going to say good night right now. And I am going to close the shop, get some rest. Tomorrow, I'm going to finalize all the shopping for Carlito. Make sure that he's straight, he's got everything, and then Sunday morning, wake up and help him move to his new place. And I will see you guys next week, okay? So I will talk to you guys later. Oh, God. Yes, Carlito, he just left. Go work out. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you, Sarah. So I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great night. Please be safe. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And please join the Facebook group, Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. I mean, it's a great, great place for you to get advice and show off your projects and get help and everything on sewing and embroidery. And, you know, just share personal successes, okay? Right? Right, Bella? All right, so I will see you guys later. You guys have a great night, and hope to see you guys again soon. Oh, okay. Have a good night. Bye, everybody. Have a great one.